So what I run into a lot in working with neurodiverse couples is this vacillation back and forth between two extremes. On one extreme, the individual engages in self-pity, but then will sometimes bounce to the other end of that continuum and engage in some version of self-loathing. And this is not gender specific. We'll use the NT wife and the ASD husband. They both do this from time to time. So we'll look at the self-pity end of the spectrum first. So usually the thought is something along the line of, I'm being mistreated, poor me, he needs to improve his behavior or she needs to improve her behavior. Now this thought results in the feeling of resentment, and then the behavior that results from this thought and this feeling is usually some form of retribution or revenge. And the behavior that's observable by the other party would be arguing, lecturing, threatening, coming from the individual who feels like they're being mistreated. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have self-loathing, and the thought that precipitates self-loathing is something along the line of, I mistreat my spouse. I engage in hurtful behavior. It's not the person I want to be. It's not the person I used to be. I've turned into a person that I don't really want to be, and I feel guilty about how I'm overreacting to my spouse. I may have thoughts along the lines of, I need to be punished. I'm being a bad person, and this will result in feelings of regret, guilt, shame. And then the desired outcome when the individual is in this particular frame of mind is to reduce that guilt and shame. And the behavior that results in this case is the individual tends to drive the other person away. They push their spouse away because they think they're not good enough for their spouse, and they're trying to protect their spouse by pushing them away. This individual in this frame of mind will also tend to not take care of himself or herself. He or she will engage in self-destructive behavior and possibly even have suicidal ideation. So again, on this spectrum here, we have two extremes. On one end, there's self-pity. Poor me, my spouse needs to change their behavior. Then, sometimes bouncing to the other end of the continuum, self-loathing, which is bad me, I need to be punished.